Hello, everybody. I am SS the Showstopper, and today is the 23rd of February 2024. Now, I've been doing some little digging, some little research here and there. I've been talking to myself because oftentimes I rather talk to myself than talk to anyone. I feel more at peace, and I get better results. And oftentimes, not all the time, I get better results that way. Now, I've been looking into a lot of things that has been taking place in Jamaica and in the media, and I realized I was looking into the case of dancehall artist Mavado and also track star Usain Bolt. And I was wondering, these two guys have something in common. But what is it? Mavado is not an athlete. Usain Bolt is not a recording artist, but they do have something in common. And I realized what they have in common. They were both swindled out of their money. People capitalize on the fact that Mavado is a youth from the ghetto who has got very successful through music and entertainment. And they thought that, okay, here lies a youth from the ghetto who was gonna up there, let me capitalize on his ignorance or his vulnerability, whatever method or whatever they have in their mind of the youth or preconceived notion that they have on him. Let me capitalize on it and see how best I can take advantage of this artist's vulnerability. With Usain Bolt, it's the same thing. Someone had advised him to do some investment. He chose to do the investment with SSL. They see him as this youth from the country, rural area, got to fame, got very successful through his talent as an athlete and a runner. And they say, let me see how best I can capitalize on his vulnerability through maybe ignorance, not knowing the proper proceedings or how to investigate matters and what to look for. Let me see if I can take advantage of this guy. This is what takes place when you are poor, when you get to success, when you get to notoriety as a youth in Jamaica who happens to be melanated, whether you are a man or you are a woman. This is what you are faced with. Your own success becoming your own demise. That's what Usain Bolt and Mavado have in common. Mavado have worked so hard, been through so much. You know, the old Gully and Gaza thing. He survived that. He moved on with his life. He's living overseas and was still dropping music like he was on the soil, and was creating hits like he was still on the soil. And so he was very much successful. You understand me? Working with DJ Khaled, quite a few international artists, Nicki Minaj, all of these kind of things. And here lies a guy who decided that I'm going to invest back in my home country. I'm going to give back to my nation. And the investment that I'm going to do is to buy a property in a certain area that can benefit me, that can benefit my children, that can benefit my entire family. That was what Mavado was running with. Now here lies an attorney who believed that, okay, he's young, he's vulnerable, he doesn't know the law, he doesn't know the books, he's a ghetto youth, I can do this and what? Get away with it. I can do it and I can get away with it. Now he's to return to the island to speak on the matter. And because they have a warrant out for him now, it's like, okay, he's not going to turn up, because if he turn up, they're going to arrest him. So you see, there's always loophole in the system for an individual of certain background to benefit from, and the attorneys are using it to their advantage. Usain Bolt, an athlete, he came from Trelawney, a rural parish. He went on and presented himself on the world stage and delivered. He delivered. He's now the world record holder for the 100 meter and I think also the 200 meter. Usain Bolt have helped to further cement Jamaica on the map. He's a national treasure. He's an icon. And this is what they decided to do with the man's money. This is what Usain Bolt have been reduced to. His money was moved. There's an account. There's just a wealth advisor. The wealth advisor was held liable for it, and that's it. The wealth advisor was held liable, and that's it. No one else. They're looking no further. Nobody else will be held liable for the missing funds, millions in US, for the national treasure, Usain Bolt. Now, what do we have here? What do we have here? Moving on further, there is Michael Lorne, practicing attorney who was what? Barred for at least 5 years when he appealed to the Court of Appeal for them to overturn his sentence because they barred him from practicing law because he was responsible for handing over funds for a sale of property of which he refused to, or he decided not to, or he can't give, not only that, he can't give an account for the money. And so the family decided to take him to court, in which they had won and he was barred. He appealed it. They say, okay, he's barred for 5 years and he's also supposed to take a course in law practices before he's able. He has to gain some more credits in order for him to practice law again. He decided that, okay, no, even though 5 years up, I don't want to take any course. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. The impudence, the audacity. Then he decided that he's going to bring the matter to what? Further, because he doesn't want that. He wants to go ahead and practice law. And here we are now at the Privy Council with another case for an attorney who decides that he's entitled to practice law by any means necessary. It matters not what happened to the money, what happened to the family, and the money that they're supposed to get for the sales of property. He doesn't care. He wants to practice law just the same, as he believes he's entitled to such, regardless of the ruling that was laid out against him. You know, where I live in a community, it's the same thing. Persons had hired the services of an attorney at law, well known. He's also a politician, and he was responsible for handing over the sale money to the owner of the land in which people had purchased. And until this day, I'm talking so many years ago, until this day, there are persons who have not received their title due to the fact that this man did not turn over the money to the owner of the property in the sales agreement. This is what they do. They take people money, they put it in fixed deposit, they put it in investment as if it's theirs so that they can gain interest on it. And when they gain sufficient interest that suits them, that's when they decide that they're going to hand over the $10 or whatever amount to the persons. And they should live with that. So once it's in deposit for at least 12 years or something like that, that's when they will decide, because they would have accumulated enough wealth and enough millions out of it. And that would be when they satisfy themselves that, listen, now we can give you your money. That's Jamaica for you. That is the island of Jamaica for you. Now, might I add, Michael Lorne or Michael Lorne is the same person who was what? The practicing attorney who represented Sean Storm in the Vybz Kartel case. You understand? I remember listening to Michael Lorne when he was on the radio. I'm not sure why he goes by the name Michael Lorne. I'm not sure when he was on the radio. And he spoke so eloquently. And I was like, this Rasta man, he's an attorney at law. And, you know, people look up to that. People emulate him because they saw him as a means that, you know, I can do it too. This is a Rasta man who has put himself out there to represent people, you know, for many reasons, people in accidents, crimes against the state, what else are state agents, and sale of property and criminal justice and all of these kind of things. This is what Michael Lorne put himself out there representing. And it's just such a disgrace to know that this individual have literally reduced himself to this because he think that people are stupid. So when people are stupid, they are just going to take everything and as to what an attorney at law decide to say and just walk in fear and say, oh, it's what my lawyers say, that's what I'm going to go by. A lot of these people are plain old thieves. You guys are a bunch of thieves, a bunch of wicked ass Negroes. The same type of people Marcus Garvey spoke about. And that's why they had him thrown in jail so he could miss 6 KSAC meetings. So he couldn't sit on the board of the KSAC. And who did it? Great Norman Manley. The great Norman Manley. You understand? Because he said that attorneys and judges who take people money and purposely lose case and do all of these things should be held liable. They should be held liable. And they didn't want that to hold up. They didn't want him to be a representative. These are the things that Marcus Garvey went through. And to see today a man who professed to be a Rasta And we speak of these people who infiltrate organizations. They go in it because, it's a great movement and they like it and they can do all these kind of things to people and get away with it and hide behind these emblems, this society, these fundamentals, this group, this religious group. And they believe that they will do just about anything and be pardoned once the group pardon them, and people in position of power who are also a member of the group have pardoned them. It will give them a safe passage to do just about anything to the vulnerable and get away with it. What a disgrace. And it shows, even at the Privy Council in the Vybz Kartel case, the prosecutor put it forward that if you're going to put it out there that no juror, for example, is credible because all of them can be tainted or eligible to be tainted, it speaks to the nation of people that they don't have any integrity. They are not necessarily complete human being with intelligence because they can't think rationally. You can't rely on them to make rational decisions. You can't rely on them to hold integrity. This is a very sad day. A very sad day. I don't care what anybody has to say. It is a sad day. It is a sad day to know that an attorney at law could be doing this thing to people. They capitalize on people's vulnerability, their lack of education, lack of intelligence, their lack of ability to go and do their own research. They believe that because persons are not in position of power, they can do just about anything, or because they're from a certain background, they can do just about anything to them and with their property or with their money and get away with it. I remember listening to Barry G many years ago, and Barry G was on the radio and he was speaking about a female who, I think it was she was hit down by a JUTC bus and she took them to court. She took the government to court at the time and she won some $10 million because she lost her leg. She won some $10 million and the attorney only paid her $500,000 out of the $10 million. $9.5 million was gone. She never saw that money. $500,000 out of the 10 million. Because what? They think to themselves that is a stupid woman who doesn't deserve it. She's ignorant. She doesn't know anything which she's going to appeal to. Nobody's going to support her, want to hear the woes of a poor person or the woe of a vulnerable individual. So let me capitalize on it and let me see how best I can dig out their eyes and get away with it. You people are a bunch of wicked ass Negroes. So when you speak about the unification of I'm not uniting with you people. You people are dark and evil. You people, all races practice evil, and wickedness, But you know what? They mainly catering doing it to other people or other nation of people or other race. But the black, melanated, sweet melanated people, you guys master the art of doing it to each other. Doing it to each other. A bunch of wicked ass Negroes. That's what you are. And you're proud of it. That's how dark you people really are. You are proud of it. You are proud. You walk around with self-aggrandizement. You believe that you're entitled. You are entitled. Simple because people are vulnerable out there. They are poor. And, to hire another attorney to get people to investigate the matter, you understand me? It's going to cost them more. And because they don't have it, they're just going to do away and just say, let it go. But here lies someone who stood up. Mavado is in the same predicament. Usain Bolt is in the same... the guy's a national treasure. If this can be done to Usain Bolt, all bets are off. Everybody can be thrown into the gauntlet. Anyone can be sent to the guillotine. Anyone can be sent to the guillotine. What a day it is to be a Jamaican. What a day. I am sorry for you, but I am sorry for myself first before I'm sorry for anybody else. Because you know what I have to face out there with people who claim that they are for one love, they're for unification, they're for this, and you have the heart to be attacking Ziggy Marley and talking about he should have gotten Jamaican and homegrown people. You people are evil and wicked and perilous. You care about nobody else except yourself. You don't believe in looking out for each other. This is a dark, dark day. A dark day. And it's so sad. I'm so sorry for that family. Because for them to be going up and about to get this done, the stress that it brings to one man, the stress that it brings to an individual, to know that all I wanted to do was to sell a property and have my money to do whatever investment that I want to do. So I can retire in peace, I can sit and I can enjoy my wealth, I can sit with my children, grandchildren if I have any, or if I don't have any, I just go and sail off into the sunset and enjoy the rest of my days. Now they have to be up in and about and here and there to find someone who can make sure that he's barred because he doesn't have any account for the money and he's not willing to turn it over. So whatever it comes with, he's willing to deal with it, because all he thought that he was going to get was maybe a 1-year suspension of his license as a practicing attorney, and that would be it. And tomorrow, we start all over again. And if I can get my name expunged or get this thing off me, then so be it. I'm willing to pay a few bucks, but I still hold on to the money. And in the years to come, I will enjoy it and I will be happy, and I'll be a very rich Rasta man who, did this and got away with it. And hey, look at me. I'm so great. Me and my kids are okay. Everybody's okay. What a day to be a Jamaican. I'm so sorry for you people, but I'm sorry for myself before I'm sorry for any of you. That's all I have to say about it. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day. I'm glad I got your attention. Enjoy your day. May God bless you. Bye-bye.